Hello, this is Joe, your friendly neighborhood. I have an epiphany of some type of something. Let's put it on the internet, guy. Yeah, that's horrible, I know. Well, first of all, my name is Joe, and I started on the internet with a podcast initially speaking about childhood trauma, its manifestations, da 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 da. That led into spirituality. That led into energy where I'm currently, and also to say I have a podcast and I also got a YouTube channel where I'm actually, as you probably, if you're watching this, you're watching it, it's on YouTube. So I have podcasts with the video and then the YouTube with my hands. Uh, my grandma used to say, Joseph, ask me how I'm feeling. I'm like, how you feel, Mom? I'm like, how you feel, Grandma? She's like, I feel with my hands. I did not know what my grandmother was meaning or trying to convey, but I do today. We feel with our hands. If we feel with our hands, it'll keep us from being hurt emotionally. Anyway, what I wanted to do with this particular video, while some of my handmade tarot cards are okay and some are terrible, I'm still able to convey the message that I want to send. What I'm going to do right now is also showcase some of my drawing skills in trying to illustrate something for an individual or individuals out there to give you something to think about, more or less to say. I'm running out of paper. Actually, I'm lying. I'm just lazy. I don't want to use any more paper than I have to. So I'm using the flip side of something I did earlier. What I'm going to do is, first let me preface this. We today, as humans, believe that we know a great deal about the human body. Now, I'm not speaking in as much about those degreed professionals whose job is to know the in and out, the anatomy, the physiology, the biology of the human body. I'm not talking that specific. I'm just talking about your run-of-the-mill individual human like me, or maybe perhaps you out there that is not a doctor. You got an arm, you got fingers, thumb, joints, your bones in there, your blood's in there, the veins in there, the brain, that stuff. I'm talking on that level, okay? What I sincerely am trying to convey is to communicate something that I do not believe that has been attempted to be communicated to the masses, believing that for some people there is no layman's term that you can use to convey what it is I believe I'm going to attempt to convey. Again, bear with me. What I'm going to do, first of all, we exist within a system. That system which we exist in is called the solar system. Okay. Within the solar system, we exist on a planet. On this planet, we exist what? We exist in a society. In our society, we exist in communities. Communities, we exist in families. Families, we exist in the human body. That's our physical being. I've just stepped you down from the solar system, the planet, to the human body. Now let me try this other thing. A vessel. Be a vessel of any type. I'm going to take a stab at this because I think this is something that people like myself would be familiar with because we perhaps use it every day. And I'm just going to, like I said, my illustrating prowess isn't all that great. Doesn't have to be. I'm going to draw a car. If I get ink. For real though, there you go. I'm going to draw a car. Looks like a square. This is a car, believe it or not. Got your steering wheel, got your seat, seat, got your trunk, got your engine department, then you got your engine. Okay. Now off of this engine, I don't want to get too specific. The way cars work today, they have what is called, and it's probably right up under the dash, they have a little box similar to what you would call a black box in maybe an aircraft, but it's a place on the vehicle. It's not similar to a black box because a black box pretty much just records. This box is essentially the computer box. Every vehicle today has a CPU, a computer. I'm gonna just put CPU. If it's not there, it's there. So I drew the car. These are tires, trunk, seat. This is the little black box. This is the computer CPU. This is the engine. This is the little steering wheel. Okay. Now, in this glorious illustration prowess that I'm showing you guys, I'm going to draw a human. Okay, a car moves by way of wheels. A car moves by way of wheels. We move by way of bipedalism, legs. These are legs, believe it or not. These are legs, okay? Yes, I'm drawing stick figures. Quit laughing. These are legs. The car itself has its body. We have a, I don't have to actually go all out, stick figure. We have a body too. Okay? I told you it's horrible, but you know what I'm talking about. We have legs to move as wheels on a car allows a car to move. We have a body that contains all the organs that we need to make us move. The car has a body which contains, in addition, the components that make it move. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but along with the legs, I'm just going for craps and giggles, we got arms. If you want, I'm going to play with this. We have doors. Okay? I'm playing with it. But the function of the arms similar enough to the function of the legs, believe it or not. Because if you don't have legs, you know you could use your arms to move as well. Now, excuse me. Now this is going to get tricky, okay? Because we got wheels, which help us to move. For the human, we have legs, which help us to move, and likewise arms, because if you notice, when we move, our arms naturally move too. So a car and a human both have devices, you would say, I'm just going to say it, to help us move. That's physical movement, meaning we have the capability to move. To make this car move, we're going to need an engine. Okay, as I put in here the front of the car, I wrote in a little box, it's engine right there. Now an engine basically processes energy to provide propulsion. The energy that it processes happens to be gasoline, or today electricity, which is even better of an example. Okay, so yeah, this is an electric vehicle. Let me stay with that. I'm gonna ride with that. So this engine is a electric motor. This electric motor requires a battery. What makes this car move, this electric car move, is a computer box coupled to a electric engine, electric motor. What makes us, this body, move is a little bitty box. Little bitty box that's in our head. There's a box that's in the car, computer box, that sends the information to the engine, when to fire, how to fire, all that good stuff, that computer stuff. In our head, this computer tells how to walk, the stride, the speed that we're going to walk, all that good stuff. This gets better. For this little box in our head to deliver the information for us to move, it needs energy. Just like this electric motor and this electric box in the electric vehicle here needs energy, this electric car needs electricity, which I'm crude, I'm just going to say charger plugs into the car, charges the car in the trunk. I don't know where they are. I'm just going to say these are batteries. These are batteries in the car. These batteries charge at a charge station. This car runs on electricity. It needs to be charged. This car running on electricity powers the little CPU, which then sends information to the electric motors to operate the gearboxes to turn the tires and transmission. Okay? In our brain, there's a little box that tells us when to move, how to move, what speed, all that. Now, just like this electric vehicle, this little box has to be powered. This is an electric vehicle. This is inside the fleshly human brain, the head that we have. What does it use for power? It uses electricity too. Everything inside this little box in our head, it runs by electricity. It sends out electrical signals the same as this little computer box in a electric car does. It sends out electric signals. This box in our head sends out electrical signals through neurotransmitters, signals jumping across synapses, I think is what it's called. One post to another post, sending a signal. In that electrical impulse from one neurotransmitter to another, there's information traveling in that energy, that electrical current, that electrical impulse. This little box runs off electricity too. Now, how is it that this box is able to generate electricity? Well, that's the interesting part. Unlike the electrical vehicle that we have, or you have out there, you plug it up to charge. We have to sit down at a dinner table. We have to sit down at a dinner table and eat foods that get processed inside of our body. And the foods that we eat that are processed inside of our body contains, obviously, nutrients, minerals, vitamins, all this type of good stuff, which then goes to fuel this box inside of our head, which then turns it into electrical impulses, which it uses to stimulate different parts of the brain. Different parts of the brain does different functions. I want to specialize or mention that on the left hemisphere of the human brain, above the ear, off center to the left, is an area of the brain that controls decision making. If you can send an electrical impulse to this area over the left ear, the left hemisphere of the brain, if you stimulate it at the same time you mention something to somebody, you're going to make that person decide to do whatever you mention. Let's think about this for a moment. There's a part of our brain above our left ear, right off the top of our crown, to the left, that if someone throws a, hey, I want to go to the store. Say someone says that to you. I want to go to the store. Well, you guys could try that out there. Get with your friend, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and give them a head massage. And when you give them a head massage, make sure you massage over their left ear, just off center from the top. And tell them what you want to do. And I want you to pay attention to what you tell them you want to do, how many times they agree with you or they say, let's do it. Even make up something crazy, something they would normally never agree to. I guarantee you they'll agree, because you're stimulating right above where the decision-making process of the brain occurs. You're sending energy there, directly to that place. So, we eat food. We charge a car. It goes to the battery. We eat food. It goes inside our body. It transforms it to minerals and everything, and it sends it to the places it needs to go. That's what all of our organs do. Now, this box inside of our head, some would say that box, why don't I just say it's the brain? Well, I would tell you it's the brain if that's what it is. This box in our head is not the brain. This box is inside of the brain. Where is it? It's probably right where I want to say, the right correct terms for it, but I can't say it. It's darn near on the I can't say it. Just put it this way. There exists a box inside of your brain. Okay? Let me connect the dot for you. In order for this car to move, it needs a driver. That's you. You're the driver. You're going to get in this car and drive it. In order for this person to walk, to move, we just do it. We just do it, right? Guess what? Guess what? You see this over here, how the car door is open? And I drew this U that gets into the car seat and get behind the wheel. The human body. See this arm? Let me put a U here too. Someone can get into that little box in our head. And just like we get in a car and drive it around, someone can get into that box and drive a human around. I'm going to let that sink in for a hot second. Because they don't tell us anything like this. What's this little box called? This little box that someone can get in and drive the human body around, like getting in a car to drive it around, it's called the pineal gland. It's called the pineal gland, or AKA seat of the soul, which someone can get into the seat of your soul and drive your body. The same way you get in the seat of a car and drive a car. Now I know that's kind of like weird, right? Because physically, we have to get into a car, sit down, seat belt, hand on steering wheel, hit the gas, pull the thing, and go. This is not physical. You physically do not have someone sit inside of your brain at your pineal gland. You don't. So how do they do that? I'm not going to get too specific about that, because those people that are listening that do watch my stuff or whatever, I'm basically conveying that I do know. And I think at this particular time they do know that I do know. Just as a car, the human body is also a vessel that someone can get into this seat of the soul, the pineal gland, and operate the body just like we operate a car. This boy is crazy. He done lost his mind. Okay. Let me put this like this. If there existed something that an individual or a society or an organization or a country, anything, if something existed that would be beneficial to the people that knew it, the less people that knew it, the more beneficial it is to whom? The people that know it. I want to think back, because I know I'm older, as with the individuals listening, you guys are older too. I darn near could say that there have been parodies of cartoons where you have someone sitting inside someone's head and they're controlling them and all that stuff. It's funny, ain't it? If man can think it, everything, the world that we live in right now, currently, the world that we live in, everything you see, what you have on, what you sit on, what you have on your body, what I write with, what we record with, someone thought about it first. This is an area of the human body that people don't want. They don't want people snooping around into stuff, put it that way. But to validate some of what a lot of what I'm saying. If you go on the line after you see this, you go online and say you go to the Vatican website and you pull up a picture of the Pope, and the Pope has a staff in his hand like Moses. I want you to look at what's on top of that staff. I want to tell you what it is, but I'm not. Go to the Vatican, on the internet, look at the Pope, and he's going to have this staff. You tell me what it is on his staff. And then you go online and you look up about the pineal gland. So what I basically said here today is that we can agree to disagree what we as normal humans know about the human body, the anatomy. We only know what is provided to us to know. We damn near would not even know that we have a brain if not for what? Someone dying, someone getting cut open, and someone labeling what everything is. I haven't. I know perhaps you guys out there haven't cut anyone open to see a brain. Everything we know is given to us. If everything that we know, listen to me, if everything that we know as humans in the societies that we live in is given to us, do you think everything is given to us? If everything is not given to us, What is withheld from us, and why is it withheld? I'm not going to answer that. I'm going to just throw this out there. Instead of telling you stuff that we feel that every human should know about the human body, we're going to do what? I just topped it off when I dropped my thing on here. We're going to do what? Come on, pen, don't mess up. We're going to, at least they're going to, get you, that's everyone, to, trust me, I spelt it with 2 O's, get you to believe something. Because everything that we know as a result of what they provided us to know. If you think that society or the people that have this knowledge are going to tell everyone what they need to know, you're wrong. I'm not going to show someone how to play chess and show them Queen's Gambit move. I'm not going to show them that. I'm going to show them what each piece does on the board and let them figure it out. This is the Queen's Gambit. This is what you don't show someone when you're teaching them chess. This is castling. Everyone should know what it is. This is what you don't teach someone when you're showing them how to play chess. Just something for you guys to think about out there. Again, as I said, I'm your everyday come up with something to speak about and make a video internet type of guy. This is another one. Now, dare I say, and I'm going to end this when I say what I say, okay? I'm going to let you know that. If we can get into a car and drive a car around, and then energetically get into this little thing in our brain, a pineal gland, and drive the body around, who are we? Are we human? Who are we? Who are we? If we're energy, as I believe and I know that we are, the human body is a vessel. The human body is for transportation. This car is a vessel. It is for transportation. Just as it has a seat for someone to sit in and drive it, the human body has a seat which someone can sit in it. Study to shew thee self-approved. Something like that. I was trying to find, trying to sound rather like more old English. Study to shew thee self-approved. Whatever that means. Because the less an individual investigate themselves, the less you're going to know about anything else. Because if you don't know how your body works, you damn near will not understand how the society that we live in works as well. And if you don't know how the society that we live in works, that means that you're going to be a slave and someone's going to control you. the Creator, the God, whatever you call it, understand it as, told me, I created you as I created anyone else out here. If you allow someone else to tell you what to do with your life, then that's what you need to do. You're not listening to your Creator. You're listening to someone else that has a Creator. I listen to my Creator. I'm not listening to someone else with their Creator. Why? Because I believe that which I believe in created me just as they created anyone else. They have some things going for them though. They like to coagulate. I'm going to say it like that. They like to coagulate, get in little groups, show force by means of numbers. As I said before, and I'll say it again, numbers can never defeat intelligence. Intelligence will hit you from the other side of the earth. I'm one person, and I will keep saying that. I'm just one person. Study to show thyself approved. Once you do that, you'll have a better understanding of the Creator or a God of your understanding that you should also come to believe in. Not a Creator or a God that someone pushed in front of you. This is what we believe, and this is what you better believe. Creator did not make each and every one of us to follow in the footsteps of someone else and what they believe in. There are laws that are made that we have to adhere to, but those laws are not made that we have to believe this or believe that. We just need to believe that if we shoot someone, we are going to go to jail and possibly die. We accept that, right? Believe in that which gives you strength and clarity. And you're only going to get strength and clarity by coming to know who you are first before you go and believe in something that someone else wants you to believe. Study to show thyself. Before you go do anything, study to show thyself. Then believe.